Hello everyone. Today I'm just continuing what we started yesterday by Encounter with Lord Linchmere. This is on page number 79, and as you remember yesterday I gave you an introduction about the author and what kind of a plot uh, we are talking about. We are talking about detective stories, and before I start I would just like to rectify, it is already mentioned. I have edited that in a Google Classroom, but I would just like to reiterate that autobiography is when you are writing about your own life, and biography is when someone else is writing about your life. I'm sorry for that. That was a mistake, and so I will just rectify that. Um, so this is on page number 79, and we'll go to the third paragraph. So the story was about how Dr. Hamilton is looking, he's jobless and he's looking for a job, um, but in his own with his own in a field which is of his own interest. So as you know that he's an entomologist and he's expert in the study of beetles. So he's finally found an advertisement which says that Lord Linchmere is looking for someone who has a keen interest in this study. So he's reached the house, the villa, and let's see what happens. So a footman in powder and livery opened the door. Clearly I was in touch with people of wealth and fashion. So if you remember, it was almost like a bungalow. It was a villa, the house where Dr. Hamilton has gone for the advertisement for in answer to the advertisement on 77B Brook Street in England. So the man who opened is probably one of the housekeepers or servants of Lord Linchmere, and he is all dressed up. In powder means he's perfectly dressed up, and livery means, you can go back and flip your page also. That means that it's a sort of a dress code that helpers or servants in that in houses usually used to wear. So it says that special uniform worn by servants or officials. So he's wearing a particular dress code or uniform. Clearly, and Dr. Hamilton just uses and talks to him, thinks, and he talks to himself that by the appearance of the servant, it looks that he's going to work for someone who's rich. Yes, sir, said the footman, and he said, yes, what can I do? When he knocked the knocker. I came in answer to, and before Miss Dr. Hamilton could finish, the servant or the footman, he interrupted. So he's trying to say that I have come here because I have come here to answer for the advertisement. Quite so, sir, said the footman. He said he understood the reason why this gentleman has come, and he said, yes, okay. Lord Linchmere will see you at once in the library. He said, please come in, and Lord Linchmere is going to meet you in the library. So library is a place, as you know, that where people have a collection of books and they sit and study. So Lord Linchmere, I had vaguely heard the name but could not for the instant recall anything about him. So Dr. Hamilton, as he is going and sitting, trying to settle down in the library, he's trying to remember where was the last time when he heard of someone called Lord Linchmere. And vaguely means slightly. He could hardly remember anything related to this name. And he could not remember. Recall means remember. I was shown into a large book-lined room. So it was not a small library. If you remember, the appearance of the house was like a bungalow. It was a villa. So when Dr. Hamilton entered the library, he could see that there were series and series of books. It was a huge library, a very, very big library, and in which there was seated behind a writing desk. Writing desk is a desk which is used to write whatever you want to, and then you have drawers to store your pens and letter pads and everything. And usually writing desk, it can either come as a normal table with drawers, or it can come in chests. You have lines of drawers. So a small man with a pleasant, clean-shaven, mobile face and long hair shot with grey brushed back from his forehead. So this is the physical appearance description of how Lord Linchmere looks like. So it says that he is a short man with a pleasant clean shaven. He's clean shaven. He doesn't have a mustache or a beard. Mobile face. That means he keeps on um, moving his face. Very someone who's very attentive. And long hair short with grey. He has long hair. So and he's pulled up his hair. He's combed his hair right from his forehead till the cape of his neck. And he looked me up and down with a very shrewd, penetrating glance. So someone who's very clever and someone who's trying to understand as in who you are, because he's the interviewer, and Dr. Hamilton is supposed to be there as a candidate who may or may not be suitable for his job. So he's trying to look at him, penetrating at glance, that his eyes, when he's looking down at Dr. Hamilton, when Lord Linchmere is looking down at Dr. Hamilton, it looks as if he's trying to get into his body and trying to dig out information as in who he really is. Someone who's very intriguing, someone who's very inquisitive. Although they do not talk, but his looks said so. Someone who really wants to know complete information, basically. And I think that is the purpose why he was called, because he was called to sit for an interview, so that Lord Linchmere could understand whether he's suitable for that job or not. Even whenever you are applying for a job or anything, the first thing that comes is that you're not called and hired directly. You need to sit through a couple of interviews, round of interviews, before your employer thinks is satisfied that you are suitable for that job. So this is what is going on. So holding the card which the footman had given him in his right hand. So excuse me. The footman or the servant had given Dr. Hamilton's visiting card to Lord Linchmere, and he's looking at it, and he's trying to look at the visiting card, and he's trying to look at Dr. Hamilton, and trying to say as if, are you really a doctor, something like that. Then he smiled pleasantly, and then he smiled very, very pleasantly. He was very warm. Warm means someone who's very welcoming. If you're meeting someone for the first time and that person does not smile, it has a very stern face, you feel as if you're not welcome, you're not wanted. So that was not the case here. He started smiling, so which was a very positive indication that he was looking for someone. So, you have come in answer to my advertisement, Dr. Hamilton? He asked. He said, did you come here because you are answering the advertisement that I put in the newspaper? And it says that you have to be here, answer before 12 o'clock. This is what Lord Linchmere asked. Yes, sir. So, and Dr. Hamilton said, yes, I have. Do you fulfill the conditions which are there laid down? If you remember the conditions that Lord Linchmere wants a doctor, and he wants someone of a strong physique, steadiness, very active, physically active, and of a resolute nature, a determined man. He has to be an expert in insects, an entomologist, and a kleptorist. So he's just saying, do you think you are suitable? Do you have these conditions? I believe that I do. Dr. Hamilton said, yes, I think I have. You are a powerful man. So now we come to know that Dr. Hamilton really has a very good physique. Maybe he's tall, he has broad shoulders, he has a good physical structure, he's strong. Or should I judge you from your appearance? When we started the chapter, it says that face is the index of character. He's like, should I assume that you are really strong because you say so? Or should I just judge you from the way you're looking? There's a trick here. Let's see.